Hi everybody! Today I will be showing you all how I made a homemade strawberry cake with fresh organic ingredients. If you're looking for the perfect moist strawberry cake recipe that doesn't taste store-bought or like that fake strawberry taste, you'll definitely want to give this recipe a try. First things first, I buttered and floured my pans so that the cake doesn't stick. This allows me to easily pop them out of the cake pan when I take them out of the oven. Then I'm going to start washing my strawberries and removing the ends. I got about 2 large containers of strawberries from the farmer's market. This will be used for the strawberry puree that we add to the cake batter. Some people call it reduction, I call it puree. The goal here is to blend the strawberries down to a smoothie-like texture, so I'm going to smash them and then blend them into my blender. The next step is to make the puree, and the goal here is to boil the blended strawberries until most of the liquid has evaporated, so that you're just left with purely the strawberry flavor. This will give our cake a nice strawberry taste and also be a part of our strawberry cream cheese frosting. Add the blended strawberries to a pan on medium heat, then I'm going to add a cup of sugar and mix until combined. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Not to brag, but this made my house smell amazing. Before you start making your cake batter, you'll want to make sure all of your ingredients are at room temperature. So leave the puree out until it cools down, or for quicker results, you can put it in the fridge. Next, in a separate bowl, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Whenever a baking recipe calls for milk, do yourself a favor and use buttermilk for a moist cake. Then I'm going to add about a full cup of the strawberry puree. Again, make sure this is room temperature. Then we're going to add 3 teaspoons of strawberry emulsion, which is essentially strawberry flavor. You can find this anywhere at the grocery store. Then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of lemon extract if you have it. I didn't, so I used lemon juice. Next, I'm going to sift 3.5 cups of flour in a separate bowl, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. Now, we're going to need about 1.5 cups of egg whites, so I think I used around 7 eggs to get the right amount. In a separate large bowl, I'm going to start adding my room temperature butter. I used 3 sticks of butter, then I'm going to mix it up so that it's smooth like frosting. If I can seem to figure out how to open the sugar, I'm going to add in about 2.5 cups of pure cane sugar. Then you'll want to start adding your egg whites one at a time and then mix gradually. If you find that the mixture isn't combining evenly, like it seems kind of broken, chances are your egg whites were too cold, so make sure you're using room temperature egg whites. Now we're going to start gradually adding our strawberry buttermilk mixture and the dry ingredients. Add about 1/3 of each and then mix in between. Alright, we are almost done. Add your cake batter to the flour pans and prepare to place them in the oven. You'll want to make the cake at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. And to make sure the cake is fully baked, place a toothpick in the middle and make sure it comes out clean. Up next is our strawberry cream cheese frosting. I went ahead and added 2 packs of room temperature cream cheese and 1 stick of butter. Combine until it's smooth like frosting. If you couldn't tell, I like to hand mix everything. I find that my baking is better that way, and I like to put a little extra hard work and love into what I make. Then I'm going to start gradually adding in my powdered sugar. To be honest, I made way too much frosting. I'm pretty sure I used around 6 to 8 cups of powdered sugar. Definitely keep adding until it's the consistency and level of sweetness that you want, and then of course add your strawberry puree so that it turns into strawberry cream cheese frosting. Not gonna lie, this was probably the best frosting I've ever tasted, and it was really hard not to eat the whole thing. So now what I'm going to do for display purposes is start to frost a cupcake. I made an extra cupcake for you guys so you can see the inside of the cake. I couldn't cut open the actual cake that I made because it was for a friend's party. So here is what the cake ended up looking like, and it was the best cupcake I have ever had. Once the cake has cooled down, it is finally time to start frosting your cake. And the secret to a super moist cake is adding a layer of simple syrup before frosting it. So once the cake is cooled down, add some simple syrup, then start frosting your cake. And because of my fear of the cake slipping and falling, I use milkshake straws to keep the cake in place. This is a 3-layer cake, so it's very important that everything stays put. Now that the cake is fully frosted, I'm just going to start decorating the cake with strawberries. But, you know, some people like it plain, so feel free to leave it as is and then serve it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to taste the cake myself, but according to my friend, it was a huge hit and they thought it was delicious, so just gotta trust that this recipe is amazing. And if you want to see more recipes like this, definitely subscribe.